Okay, I want to talk about this, and I'm kind of scared to talk about it because I feel like the people who talk about this vocally get they get sued and they get attacked and okay. So I'm just gonna talk about it, but not talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Oh yeah. Before we get started, this video is sponsored the house by AdamandEve.com. So if you're thinking about buying some Adam and Eve, if you want some discreet shipping to your house, you can use my code LUX to save 50% off the entire order. Yep, because that stuff's expensive. And you get free shipping and discreet packaging in US and Canada. So thank you, Adam and Eve, for sponsoring this video. Let's get on with the drama. People who I know personally in my life and people who you guys are gonna know what I'm talking about when I get there. But it's a very touchy subject, and I know it's gonna anger a lot of people. And I don't know, I just kind of feel like I get why people do it, but I kind of wish that they would think it through. Okay, so here we go. So this video, I'm gonna be talking about MLMs, multi-level networks or multi-level marketing. So there are a lot of companies like that. Yeah. So there are a lot of people who are into this MLN or LM, whatever. And so there's different businesses that do this. So essentially it's like, pyramid. So you get approached. Don't come for me. Just hear me out. So you get approached and you're like, hey, this is an awesome way for you to make money. And you spend maybe $500, $3,000, and you get all this supplies, and it could be anything. It could be jewelry, it could be clothes, it could be shoes, it could be stuff that you eat, healthy stuff, and it's and then you sell it to people. You can make money, and it's your business, and a lot of people, they want to have their own thing, okay? So they get excited and they buy it, and then guess what? They start making money. And then it's well, if you can sign up 7 people underneath you, and if those people sign up 7 people underneath them, then you could, be rich, and you can have all these things, and it's that. And then what happens is sometimes MLMs don't work out or they fail, whatever, but so I can only talk about from my personal experience. That's how I see the multi-level marketing things. And like I said, there's a lot of them. So I'm not talking about one in general. I'm just talking about how I see them all, because I have been approached by them. So I've had really good friends that I thought were really cool, and I really wanted to hang out with them. And we did. And it's as time progressed, I noticed that they were selling multi-level marketing stuff, right? So with that being said, then they would be hey, sometimes you'll post a picture, you haven't really posted a picture in a while, and you post a picture and you get all these other comments and stuff, and they would approach you and they'll be hey, I noticed blah, blah, blah. Would you be interested in selling, whatever? You can really make a good lifestyle for yourself. And then it's no, I'm good. And then next time they hit you up, they're trying to proposition you again with joining the multi-level marketing thing. And you're no, and it just becomes to the point where they're always wearing buttons. There's buttons involved that sometimes people wear, lose weight now, ask me how, stuff like that. But I just don't want it to come across as a negative thing, because I do feel a lot of people view multi-level marketing as negative. I don't really see it being a positive unless you're a really top tier up there in the system. But it's sad on me because I've known people who I really cared about, and they just kind of get sucked into this MLM, whatever that thing. It's how do you tell somebody, how do you tell someone who's making really good money doing it, hey, you know what, you need to this isn't right, or it's wrong, or I'm not interested. And then if you tell them you're not interested, they almost kind of this happened to me. They'll know I'm not interested, and they cut you out. They cut you totally out of it. You can't hang out with them anymore because all their friends all do the MLM multi-level marketing thing. Like I said, whether it be shoes, clothing, dietary foods, or whatever, jewelry, pens, it could be, girl, it could be anything. It could be TVs for all I know. I don't know. But I know that there's a lot of them out there, right? And I've bought some stuff from people, you know? Some people like, oh, like the diet stuff or like the shakes and stuff, like, oh, that's pretty cool. You know, and then I take it and then they're like, do you want to order more? Do you want to order more? Have you thought about maybe you could own a piece of this and you could be like a marketing one and you get people underneath you? And it's very that. And I just think that, oh, I just want to say this. There are a lot of YouTubers who talk about it, right? Who talk about what I'm talking about. I'm not the first out here. So I'm going to put the link down below to some really good ones that I feel like you need to watch. But I just kind of felt like a lot of people talk about it. So I just feel like, you know, I don't want to like offend anybody. I don't want to offend the MLM community or people out there who make a living off doing it. Like, I totally get it. Like, I don't want to take no one's bag or anything. I just think like for me, that's something like I don't necessarily want to like be involved with. Please excuse me from this narrative. Very, very that, you know? It's like, I just don't want to be associated with MLM. Like, the people are nice. Like, I'll be friends with somebody who does it, but I don't want to, like, do it. I don't want to join an MLM, whatever, you know? Because ultimately, like, they say, they give you the power of, like, you're your own boss. Like, you make your own hours. If you don't sell that day, then you didn't make your money that day. So, like, I like that aspect, but is it really then your company, you know? Because if the company itself fails or files for bankruptcy or gets hit with like huge lawsuits and stuff, and it all affects a lot of people. And there's a lot of them out there. There are a lot of people who had really, really good lives. And then when the company goes under, then they're like, what do I do now? Because this was their life, you know? And I know that if you do an MLM, like you can profit and make like really good money from it. You know, like I've seen people online who talk about, I bought this car with doing what I do, and I did this doing what I do. So it gets people excited and into it. But like I first started seeing all that stuff like on Facebook and then Instagram too. And then they start trying to get you to sign up underneath them. And then you sign up friends underneath them. And it gets like, I don't know. It sucks because like you can make great money, but at the same time, it almost consumes your life. And then that's all you worry about, and you sign people underneath you, and it's that part. And then those people aren't gonna make, this is the reality of the situation, those people aren't gonna make all the money that the top person at the top is making. They're just not. And then you got all this pressure, oh girl, and then they do tiers. They do like entry, medium, level, and then they give you like cruises and stuff, and they throw these big lavish parties. Nothing wrong with all that. I love a good party. But I just feel, from my personal stance, I just kind of wish to not get involved in MLMs, multi-level marketings. Because I mean, you have to know what I'm talking about, right? I get hate for it all the time because I've talked about it before, a little bit here, a little bit there. But I just feel bad because I feel like the people who are like in it, they are so like focused on it that they don't see like the bigger picture. But who am I? I don't know anything. It just sucks when like, I guess the main takeaway is that like, it just hurts me because I've had friends who do these MLMs, and like, they're just like totally just taken away from me, you know, because I don't do it. They don't want to hang out with me, or if I don't sign up underneath them, or I don't buy their products that they're selling, you know. And I feel like some of the stuff, like, I don't think that, okay, well, we can get into this. I think that some of the products are bad, right? But then I feel like it's hit or miss, okay? Because I really don't want to go into like names and like pointing MLMs out, because I don't want to get attacked or anything, but I'm just kind of like generalize it as a whole. Like, there were some products that some MLMs sell that I think are pretty decent. And then there are some that are just horrible. What are you doing? Why are people even selling this? And then the people selling the crap are forced to say it's good, and they know it's crap, you know? So not all of it is bad, but I think some of it is, some of it's good. And some of it could just be like, oh, like here's a bottle of water, right? If I'm an MLM and we're selling different types of water or whatever, like, okay, it's decent water. You know, you really can't go wrong with that. It's filtered, it's great. But then like, it's just the point of like having to have people underneath you and 100 people underneath them, 100 people underneath them. Like that part is just kind of like, that's a lot, you know? And then you got like 8 people underneath you that you manage, and then you got to get after them because they're not selling. And all these, what I've noticed is that these people, they sell on like Facebook, Instagram, the live. They do the lives. And they're on there and they're like, look at this and this, and you can buy this and this, like that. And so they're selling stuff like that on live, and then people are purchasing. It's like sold. So it's exciting. And then, but they also lose subscribers. I feel like some people, they're like, I don't want to hear it. And it just like, they just become like a walking billboard of selling whatever MLM network they're a part of, you know? And so, like I said, if you're part of an MLM, like I said, I don't want to offend you. I'm just saying I don't necessarily think that they're like the best thing to do. But I mean, if you're like a top tier person, I understand how you're like, what? What do you mean? Because you're making really good money at it. So to hear me, you're like, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. But the people who are like getting started, to the people who are getting started, and you're investing your little $200 or you're investing your $1,000 to start this MLM thing, I think those people really need to really look at, is it an oversaturated market? You know, because there was once a time when I myself was like, man, everyone I know is selling this. Maybe I'm missing out. You know, well, not everyone I know, but some people. And this was like years ago, girl. And I was like, maybe I should look into it. And I looked into it, and I was like, I could see all the people in my area who are selling it, the distributors. And I was like, oh my God, this is saturated market. This saturated the house. How am I gonna make any money off it if everyone else is selling it too? So I never got into it, but it was a thought of mine, because it's almost like, because you see these people putting out like the potential of what the good stuff, right? But then to see like their homes filled with the product, because you have to have it in stock, right? To see your homes filled with it and all these things like that, it's like, whoa. I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to offend people, because I know there's people out there who do it. People probably watching this video who do the whole MLM thing, and I get it. You know, you want to make a little buck, but you have to understand, like, is it consuming your life? Are you selling crap that's bad? Are you like lying to sign up people underneath you, you know, and saying how amazing it is, and it's really not? Do you really stand behind the product? And then, like, does the product stand for something? You know, I don't know. I feel like I don't even know like why I even made this video, but I just know, like, I personally don't like do the whole MLM thing, and I just feel like some people should, you know, really think about it. But please, if you're thinking about it, please watch videos, please make up your own decision. And a lot of it out there is not in the best light, you know. And then it's almost like, I don't know what you call those, like, people, and they like all think the same thing, they all think the same way, they all eat the same food, like whatever that is. It almost like seems like that in a way. And I don't know, I just don't think it's what it's all cracked up to be. But I don't know. What do I know, girl? Anyways, let me know what you think about MLMs in the comments. I will be reading and checking in, and so we'll see how that goes. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, love you so much.